Okay, morning folks. So I was just having a quick look at the revised movement schedule, and I'll cover that in a minute. They seem to be having more aircraft coming in than are actually going out, which is a little bit concerning, judging by the amount of space over there. So what have we got today? Well, another day with just lines squiggled all over the chart, and it's pretty random hit and miss as to where things are going to go. There's a general sort of circulation that appears to be taking place around the country this way, and we're getting fed things up from the southwest at the moment. Winds are likely to be southwesterly, southerly for most of the day, probably only 10 knots at best, I think, looking at the charts, but a bit random certainly if we get the odd thunderstorm near us this afternoon or local to us. Some places are saying variable at that particular time, possibly gusty if a thunderstorm's close by. You can see the circulation on the sort of sat pic. Here we go, you can see it sort of going around there, and we're drawing in at the moment this stuff up over the Isle of Wight and across us. These white intense blobs here are quite heavy showers that, fingers crossed, we're just clipping the edge of one of them. We might hopefully miss this one down here over Portsmouth at the moment. You can see that on the rainfall radar. It's gone across the Isle of Wight and it seems to have pepped itself up across here, but hopefully that'll skirt to the east of us up this way. We're just getting caught by this small line of rain here. It looks clear behind this, and hopefully we'll have a clear spell to go flying once the rain stops. As it gets going through the day, temperature's going to go up. I think we're going to see a maximum of about 22 today across us at best. And it'll be a slow, gentle rise. Obviously, if we get a shower go through, it'll go down quite considerably. And looking at the soundings, it's pretty unstable, as you would expect with low pressure system. This is predicted for 1 o'clock. You can see the instability running up through here. I haven't actually looked at an actual sounding yet. I would hope there might be some inversion just up here to keep a bit of a lid on it, so it doesn't go completely ballistic all the way up here. But once the temperature gets up to about sort of 19-20 degrees, then you should have reasonable thermal activity mixed in with showers. Now the BBC was suggesting isolated showers, and Top Meteo seemed to be suggesting a little bit more in the way of shower activity. But either way, you should see, as the morning goes on, certainly by 12 o'clock, out of the showers, cloud base around 1,300 meters, 3,500 feet, maybe a little bit more above Lasham. And depending on the shower activity, local soaring in the local area, it should be okay. BBC was showing a lot less shower activity than this, so sort of take a pick between one or the other. I think where it is clear, and it will get fairly reasonable, it should be good for some sort of reasonable local soaring or a short cross country, dodging around the shower activity. Cloud amounts, as you would expect, would be sort of heavy showers. Some bits are spread out in places, but a sort of half reasonable flying day with a possibility of some cross country. The Top Meteo distance seems to be a tad on the optimistic side, I think, but we shall see. So not a complete write-off on the day. We'll certainly get something out of it. I think we'll be flying for most of the day. or dodging back in if there's a heavy shower coming near us. Certainly a chance of finding something if you come out and fly. Next couple of days, I think Tuesday's looking less likely, windier, and Wednesday looks like a front coming through to wipe things out for most of the day. And I haven't looked any further beyond that. So if you do go flying today, very little airspace. Interestingly, Old Sarum aren't NOTAMing at the moment. Perhaps they've stopped the NOTAM, but they were certainly known to be active 6 days a week with the rest day on Tuesday. Nothing else going on really, apart from this parachuting up at Oxford, and that's active. Might not be active today. Looking at the schedule, 16th, 19th to the 29th, so might not be active today. I will give them a call later to find out. And that's about it. Operationally, we're on 2-3. There are a couple of jets parked at the end of 2-3 while they shuffle things around at 2E, but they, in theory, will be moved back by sometime just after 10. And in terms of movements today, there's an 11 o'clock departure of a 737. There's a 12:50 arrival of an EasyJet A319. And there's a possibility of a 737 arrival, but time to be announced. So looks like a busy day in terms of movements, and a busy day for them over there shuffling aircraft around. Okay, folks, so we may see you out at the launch point on 2-3. If not, see you tomorrow at the next briefing.